Hi everybody, I'm back with another video on how to develop fluency in English. Okay, I'm here. So today, in continuation to my last video on the techniques, learn languages in chunks, I thought let me give you few interesting sentences or phrases that you could use in your daily life which will help you develop fluency. Let's start with five phrases. Once when I'm sure that I've given you enough time for you to apply it in your daily life, and I'll come up with many more phrases for you and then other techniques as well. So this is a follow-up video to last week's video on learning languages in chunks. Today I have five phrases for you which you could apply in your daily life, which will also reduce your hesitation, improve your fluency, so on and so forth. Of which the first phrase for you today is cherry on top. Cherry on top is nothing but, imagine you have a beautiful, nice cake, or you have a good brownie. Now, when they add extra fruits or extra cherries on top, it is like an added advantage, right? So cherry on top is means an added advantage. I got a bonus for Diwali. That is like a cherry on top. Otherwise, you could say, I got a double promotion with a salary hike, which is a cherry on top to my career. Okay, so cherry on top is the first phrase for you today, and it is all about where you're trying to tell that it is an added advantage. The second phrase is bent out of shape. When does something bend out of shape? When you give so much pressure, or when it is too much heated, all those things. So bent out of shape usually means that person or that thing is undergoing a lot of pressure or anger. Okay, so I could say I am bent out of shape with my colleagues. For example, I'm bent out of shape because my brother broke my phone. I'm bent out of shape because I'm not able to do things as planned. So bent out of shape is when you are feeling pressure or anger. I'm completely bent out of shape because I'm not able to finish the task on time. So you're going through a pressure or you're going through anger. So the second phrase for you today is bent out of shape. And the third, I must insist. Okay, you could start your sentence with I must insist. That is, when you're forcing someone to do something, or when you want someone to do something very badly, you could use this I must insist. So when you say I must insist, I want you to wait for a coffee, and then the person says no, I want to go home, it's time, and all these things. You could say I must insist that you do it. Okay, insisting is you're giving one more extra suggestion, or you're asking them to do it compulsorily. So that's what basically, just a minute. Yeah. So that's what I must insist is all about. Okay. You might think, what was I doing? I just don't want to keep it like a very traditional video with no disturbance, nothing. It's like I'm talking to my learners, I'm teaching. So I just wanted to be natural with no extra added all those things. Okay. My mic's wire was actually going to fall down. It's a big chunk actually, so I had to just put it in place. Fine. So that's the third phrase for you all. I must insist. When you want to tell someone to do something compulsorily, you say I must insist. Usually the sentence, you start the sentence with I must insist. Okay. Next one, the fourth sentence, the fourth phrase. I would love your thoughts. I would love your thoughts is, what do you think about it? Or what do you want to tell about it? What are your ideas? What are your thoughts? So instead of asking about someone's opinion like that, you could say, I would love your thoughts. It's a very polite, humble, friendly way of asking things. You can use this in a both formal and an informal setup. Both is possible. So you could say, I would love your thoughts. If you are someone in the leadership position, naturally a leader is not just a person who keeps speaking in front of others and gives ideas. You also should be a team player. So naturally, you ask for others' ideas as well. So you say, I would love your thoughts. Just instead of saying, what do you think about it? You say, I would love your thoughts. I personally feel that the kind of language you use, the tone in which you use, the kind of sentences you choose to deliver, you choose to speak, actually reveals one's attitude, reveals one's character, reveals one's personality. So, considering that in mind, when you want to project yourself or when you want to be a very friendly, easy moving person, loved by people, or a good conversationalist, you use humble, polite, good sentences that makes others feel welcomed. So naturally, you don't say, get up, give me your idea, get up, what do you think? Instead of those kind of rude gestures and rude sentences, you could just say, I would love your thoughts. And the last one for the day is call it a day. Call it a day is when you are ending a task or when you are finishing a task or when you are exhausted, when you're completely done with the day. Okay, when you have completely finished work, you say, I call it a day, I'm going home. Or when you have when you're tired at work, your work time is over, or you're planning to leave work, you can say, I call it a day, I'm sleeping. Or when you're going to sleep, you can still say, I call it a day. This not only at the end of the day, you can tell this anytime when you have finished a task or you're almost in the end of the task, or when you're tired of doing the task, you can say you want a break, or for that day you're going to stop doing that work, you can say, I call it a day. Night, if you're going to sleep, you can say, I call it a day. All day, these are the places that you could use. After work, when you're going back home to your colleagues, you could say, I'm calling it a day. Okay, so these are the places when you're finishing a task or almost going to finish a task, or you're going to stop doing something, you say, call it a day. Next day, you go continue the work or the task or whatsoever. So these are the 5 phrases that I'm suggesting you. I don't want to give very normal common phrases, so I thought of coming up with phrases like these. If you like these phrases, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all those watching my video, subscribe to my channel. If you found it useful, share it with others as well. It might help them in their fluency journey as well. So if you liked it, like it, subscribe for my to know about more of the videos that I'm posting in my channel. Thank you so much for watching.